What's going on? I need to give this video an intro, so here it is. I went to the shop to see the 4Runner and I took a small video and some pictures of it. It looks amazing. Right after this clip, I'm going to post the small walk around of it and maybe a couple pictures of it. And then I'm going to talk about the 5th gen brake upgrade that I'm about to do to the 4th gen. I'm also going to show the parts. So it's going to be a couple separate clips. But I just wanted to give you that heads up. So at the shop, you'll see that the lift is on, the wheels and tires are on. Some of the trimming has been done. The front bumper is like 75% done. The rear bumper, he's about to start cutting it in this clip. That's why there's a tape line on the rear bumper. I think that's it so far. He said he's only focusing on my build until it's done, so I'd imagine he'll have it done by this weekend. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to give you some context to the video because I don't speak in it. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one.
We got 16.
What's going on? I'm not really sure where I'm going to put this clip in the video, but I'll probably put it at the end. So in that case, I hope you enjoyed the small walk around I did of the 4Runner. Finally made it out to the shop to see where it was at. And I dropped off the black housing headlights and took my chrome ones away and sold them. So it was a good excuse to go out there and get a little walk around and snap a couple of pictures. So you should have seen those by now. It looks amazing, even better in person. It's a lot taller than I thought it would be. If you've watched my old videos, I had a Tacoma that had a 3-inch lift on 37's, and the 4Runner, I don't know if it's the bigger body of the 4Runner, but it looks way taller and just has a way bigger presence than the Tacoma did. Super stoked to get it back. That was last Friday those clips were from, and it is Tuesday. I believe he'll have it done by the weekend. He had a couple projects he was buttoning up before he was able to finish mine, so it should be finished here shortly. In the meantime, I wanted to put this clip in there and make a full video out of it so I didn't have to wait any longer to give you guys an update. So as you can see, I have a lot of braking components here. So this is the 5th gen upgrade, and it's pretty much completely bolt-on. So I just thought I'd go over some of the parts. These are the front calipers. They have a bigger piston diameter than the 4th gen, and they are supposedly less prone to the sticking and the overall piston failure, I guess, that the 4th gens were known to have. So, and to preface this, that's why I got all these braking components. Mine are old and rusty, and they're probably on their way out anyways. So I figured I'd bite the bullet and do it now while we're doing all the other parts. I will be doing this myself. I'm not having the fabricator do it. There's no point in him doing it. It's a fairly easy job. So yeah, these are the rears. And just a little heads up, if you buy remanufactured calipers like I did, this is something you might run into. Just different color hardware. I don't really give a shit. The paint is also a little different. They're not going to be refinished the same. They're not going to be perfect if you get remanufactured. They might have a couple scratches or the hardware color might be different, but I've never had an issue with remanufactured parts. So yeah. Here's the pads. I did ceramic front and rear. And then also I will be doing stainless lines front and rear, just because why not while we're in there. And then those are the front rotors. So there's a bunch of write-ups on how to do this, but Everything is bolt-on, and you can use the 4th gen rotors if you want, but you have to be careful because I believe, actually no, I know that the 5th gens are bigger and thicker. So if you run the 4th gen, you have to watch your pad life because you can overextend the piston, I believe is what was happening when people tried to run the 5th gen caliper combo with the 4th gen rotors. However, you do use the 4th gen rear rotors with this 5th gen setup. So you only need to swap the front rotors if you're doing the 5th gen upgrade. Otherwise, everything else should be bolt-on. If you don't have the sport model, limited model, I believe, as well, with the slightly bigger brakes, then you will need to cut your dust shield to make this fit. But besides that, everything else is bolt-on. If you have the bigger brakes on your 4th gen already, like I said, I believe it's the sport and the limited. I know for sure it's the sport, not sure if it's the limited. Then it's completely bolt-on. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this upgrade, especially if your brakes or if any of your braking components are already on their way out. I will be into this, I think I said in the last video, probably less than $400. And that's pretty sweet. I mean, these are nice calipers, good rotors, good brake pads, quality stainless lines. Yeah, that's what I love about core return. So what's going to happen is I'm going to pull all my old calipers off and I'll pack them up and ship them back to Rock Auto, which is where I got all this stuff. And then they will remanufacture them and then sell them. So that's kind of how the core and remanufactured process works. So these used to be someone's old calipers, and they sent them back for a core return. They remanufactured them, and then I bought them. So core return is a nice way to get some money back, because if you just buy these outright, I think it was over $600, but I'll get something back when I send my cores in. So if you're looking to do that, highly recommended, especially if you're doing a lift, big ass tires, you're gonna want better braking power, and you don't want your shit to jam up or freeze like the 4th gens are known for doing. So 5th gen swap, pretty easy. If this wasn't in enough detail for you, there's plenty of write-ups online. However, in about a week or two, whenever I get the 4Runner back, I will be making a full video on the install. It should be pretty simple, but I'll go ahead and do a detailed install anyway. So yeah, that was kind of a lot. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I was super stoked. It's nice to see new shiny parts ready to install. It gets me hyped up. I guess I haven't really talked about the E70. My wife and I have an E70 BMW that we daily. It has a super bad valve cover gasket leak, so I'll be replacing that. Not super exciting, but I figured since we're out here, I'd show you. There's the intake I already talked about. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I'm not going to drag it on too much longer. Fox body's still in the garage. There's a couple little bolts we need to put back in on the braces, and then he'll be able to drive it out and take it back home. I think that's it. Oh, I bought one of these. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend getting one if you have a somewhat decent sized garage, because it makes it really easy. You can have all the parts you're going to use right next to you, and you can roll it wherever you want, and you can have your tools that you're going to need for the job. So what I'm going to be doing from now on is going over to my big tool chest, pulling out the exact tools that I need to get the job done, setting them on there, and then having them right next to me as I work on the car, so I don't have to keep getting up, going back over here, scrambling through the drawers. I mean, they're in order pretty nicely. Well, I guess not right now because we're working on the Fox body, but I keep them really organized, but still it's a pain in the ass if you're on the ground to get back up constantly and keep going over to the drawers. And if you bring all the tools with you and just lay them on the ground, you'll still be having to dig through which sizes you need and all that shit. So instead of doing that, take 5 minutes before you start the job you're about to do. Figure out the tools you're gonna need, the sizes you're gonna need, and just put them on the cart so they're right there for you. Yeah. Friendly tip of the day. I'm gonna end it right here. We can end it with the buns. They're eating. Hope Hope you guys are doing well. I will have the 4Runner back soon, and when I do, you'll be the first to know. See you in the next one.